7. On nobody reading.
Echo Station 3TA.
Anakin Skywalker Darth Vader actor Hayden Christensen is interested in furthering his role in the Star Wars universe. He wants to come back as Anakin and Darth Vader in future series. Nick, that's exactly what this article is about. It says, despite backlash, Hayden Christensen absolutely ready for new Star Wars series. Well, what kind of backlash do you think they're talking about right there, Nick?
They got to be talking about the backlash of people that's just not liking the show.
Yeah,
and
we're
messes with continuity and canon, not anything to do with the is and obes and its or whatever.
But when you say the show, we're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing he's in.
Yeah,
so.
Fans are not digging on the whole. Some people are, but a lot of people are not digging Obi-Wan Kenobi. But one thing that you typically don't hear or you don't read out on social media, Nick, is you don't hear any criticisms about Ewan McGregor or Hayden Christensen. That's actually two major pluses of the show. If this show didn't have that going for it, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Hayden Christensen, in a recent interview, was asked about reprising the role as Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. And it says fans need Christensen and he wants to give them Anakin. Hayden Christensen says that he would absolutely return as Darth Vader in a potential spin-off series. To get to do more with this character would be amazing, he says. And the question was about coming back even beyond Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Nick, do you think, first of all, are we getting enough Hayden Christensen in this Kenobi series? And second of all, to actually get his face in flashback scenes or even a prequel spin-off show with a potentially de-aged Christensen or whatever, do you think this could be good for the Star Wars fan base?
For all the prequel babies out there, for sure. I mean, I would definitely watch. I'm not the biggest prequel fan, but I don't hate those movies. They definitely have their issues in my mind. But yeah, I mean, Hayden Christensen's pretty non-existent in the current Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And I literally said this before the show even dropped. I'm like, unless he's going to be in flashbacks or whatever that they're going to use him in, where he's Vader, before the suit, or Anakin, before he turned to Darth Vader, they really don't need Hayden Christensen in the show at all. I mean, because they can put anybody in the suit, and come to find out there's two other actors that are actually in the suit. So Hayden's not even in the suit all the time.
Right.
So literally that was a complete marketing hype play on Lucasfilm's part to bring Hayden Christensen into this show, which he hasn't even been needed for, minus the one glimpse that Obi-Wan had, off in the distance when he is, seeing things. But that was so far away, and you could barely make him out with the hood. They could have literally got anybody who looks similar to actually be in there.
Yeah, but it was him. It was him. But you're right.
Yeah, it was him. So if they had something with him, pre Vader turn, what would it be? Because we get so much from the prequels, we get so much from the Clone Wars, so I just don't see it being necessary or needed. If they did anything, it would be complete fan service. And if they're going to do fan service, then give those fans that are wanting that what they want.
Sure.
Don't do like what you're doing with this Kenobi show.
Well, speaking of the Kenobi show, episode 5 drops at 2:00 in the morning for us. We'll be watching it, and I'm going to call it now. This is the episode where we're going to get the Hayden Christensen flashback with dialogue. We're going to see Kenobi and Christensen. Ewan McGregor and Christensen are the old Obi-Wan and the apprentice Anakin. in a flashback doing their lightsaber training or whatever. That was the apparent leak. I think it's going to happen in this episode. If it's going to happen, it needs to happen now, as Obi-Wan is basically, I guess, preparing for another confrontation with Vader. That's what I would think. And, to me, in my opinion, the more Hayden Christensen flashbacks we get in this show, the better the show would be. We need some of that. It takes us back. It's got that emotional resonance to it. Like, we need Hayden Christensen. As a matter of fact, this show needs Hayden Christensen like Star Wars needs Luke Skywalker. Like I will go as far to say that. It will just make the show better. Final thoughts?
I don't know if it'd make it better, because if the writing's bad and they use them wrong, then it could make the show worse.
Well, of
Piss
course.
more people off.
Yeah,
But yeah, I see what you're saying. But I don't know about tonight. The one thing I'm going to be looking at in tonight's episode is to see if it's following the episodes 1 through 6 game plan. Coach posted a picture, where like episode 1, it's like the Phantom Menace, episode 2, like Attack, so on, so on. So this episode should be like The Empire Strikes Back, where, basically the Empire is dominating in this, and they're basically getting their butts handed to them.
Well, they're going to take out the path. That's
in
what's
this
going to happen
episode.
tonight.
Yeah, so I'll be curious if it still follows that trend line.
Yeah.
But for me, this show is already a failure. But we got 2 episodes left. Hopefully, we get some cool stuff that I enjoy seeing. And I'll take the little nuggets I can get.
Okay.
And we'll move on from there.
All right.
To Andor.
Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about Hayden Christensen, his comments, and him being Darth Vader again in the future. Would you like to see him more in Kenobi? As always, we are Echo Base Network. We'll see you guys on the next one.
See y'all.